It really was one of the most important moments in modern Georgia football history. The return of Nick Chubb, Sony Michel, and some other seniors at the end of the 2016 season. Dean Legge from Dog Post, Making a Smarter Georgia Fan. I'm going to tell you about what happened that night and what it means. Let's listen to what Kirby Smart, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel said the night that they came back, the night that those two players decided to come back in 2016.
We got some guys that want to come in and make a statement.
But I'm excited to come back. We have a young team. Just come back and, build something I think is going to be very great and special in the years to come. This brotherhood we have here, something I couldn't pass up in my senior year, build this thing up to where we need to be.
And we are excited about the future.
You heard from Nick there. He was talking about, he didn't use the word foundation, but setting a sort of place setter there, getting Georgia back to where he really felt like it should be. Because remember, in the time that Nick was there, Georgia had only had, well, they had two 10-win seasons, but they really had 3 seasons in a row that, although there were a bunch of wins, the result of the season was very disappointing. I mean, in 2015, losing every game that mattered, Tennessee, Alabama, and Florida. In 2014, you go from blowing Clemson out 1 week to losing on the road at South Carolina in your next game, and obviously the debacle that was the 2014 Florida game. Nick coming back, specifically Nick and Sony, cemented the 2017 season. Everyone talks so much about Jake Fromm's 2017, and would Georgia do what they did without Jake Fromm? Well, I'm not sure, but I know they wouldn't have had a successful 2017 without Nick Chubb and Sony Michel. They were the reason on offense that Georgia mattered. Jake Fromm was inconsequential in many ways until November of that year when he really started picking things up. Without Nick and Sony, Georgia's a very, very different program in that 2017 season, and it showed. These were two guys that really wanted to win. They really wanted to win at Georgia. They are not thought about as much as they should be in the history of Georgia because they just happened just now. But they were the best 1-2 punch that I can remember at Georgia. Thomas Brown and Noshawn Moreno were pretty good too. But these guys mattered a lot. They set the tone, and that was the biggest recruiting job Kirby ever did. Sony and Nick coming back for their senior seasons. Let's take a look right now at Nick from his freshman year after Georgia toppled Clemson. Listen to the interview from Nick then. It's a fascinating look at his mindset as a freshman.